I'm just currently pretending to put on eyeshadow because I'm too nervous to actually use the palette. Oh, no. Oh my god. How was I even seeing? Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. Today we're going to be trying out some products that I have never put on my face before. I'm also pretty excited but also a little bit nervous. And the reason I'm mainly nervous is because I have a brand new eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be testing out for the very first time today. And yeah, it's the most expensive makeup item I've ever purchased, ever. And it's this little guy right here. This is the Natasha Denona Biba palette. Biba? I don't know what came over me. I was watching a Samantha Ravindal, I hope that's how you say her last name, review on this, and she seemed to like it, and I feel like she has a really good head on her shoulders, and her decisions seem like good ones, so I threw this into my cart on Sephora.com, pressed purchase, and then here it is! As I said, this is the single most expensive makeup item I have ever purchased for myself, and I'm very nervous to try it. I did do a couple little swatches just real quick as soon as I got it, but I haven't put it in my eyes yet because I'm afraid to. So that is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to try out this little guy along with some other products, which I'm kind of excited to try out. There are really just two products that I really want to try. The other one is in this absolutely mangled Sephora box. I asked my boyfriend if he could open this box for me, and I guess he did. But this is the new Tarte foundation, so I'm going to be trying that out today as well. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get on into the try on. I'm trying to stay hydrated here. It's a million degrees in this room. I really thought this was going to be my year to like embrace summer and just like take in the heat and just live in the sunshine. I don't know where I got that thought in my head. But yeah, today it is... Siri, what's the temperature?
It's 62 degrees right now.
It's 62, but I guarantee you inside this room right now, it's at least 80. I guess it really doesn't help that I'm wearing a full sweatsuit. The cat ears have been donned and it is time to get makeup in, so I'm going to take this foundation out of its destroyed little vessel here. This is the Tarte Found Sealer, which is a very interesting name for foundation. This is supposed to be a multitasking foundation with broad spectrum SPF 20 sunscreen. I think this is also supposed to have like skincare type ingredients or something. I don't know. I heard Raw Beauty Christie talk about this and I wanted to try it. I'm fairly easily influenced. I got mine in the shade 13 in Fair Neutral. Okay, so this comes in like an air pump that twists up and locks, which I kind of like that mechanism. It makes me feel a little bit safer about like tossing this into a bag. And here is what 13 in Fair Neutral looks like just on the back of my hand. Ooh, might be just ever so slightly a little bit on the yellow side for me, but as long as it doesn't oxidize too much, we might be alright. I almost can already see it oxidizing between that first little face swatch and then this second one that I just put on. So this one's just a tiny bit darker. So we might have to do a lot of blending down the neck. I'm also going to be trying out some Sigma brushes today that I've never used before. This is the Sigma F88. I actually kind of want to use some of this Tarte base tape. I have been using this for the past couple of days and I like how it feels on my skin. My skin's also feeling kind of dehydrated right now and it's supposed to be hydrating. Plus it smells like pina coladas. Alright, so I'm just going to take a couple pumps of this straight onto my face. I think on first appearances it's actually a pretty decent match, but I just hope it doesn't oxidize too much. I think it's blending out alright with the brush, but I do want to try to smooth things out just a little bit more with a sponge. This foundation has like active ingredients in it, and those are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. And you do get 1 fluid ounce of product in this. Says you're supposed to shake this before use? How are you supposed to shake it though? There's like no room for this stuff to wiggle around. It's like an air pump. Whoopsies about that. I was not aware of that before I started trying this on. But it's actually looking pretty decent on the skin right now. It might just be a little bit too tan for me, but it's like kind of a nice natural finish. So far, it's not like crazy matte or dewy. My one lovely just red cheek that really likes to shine through any product I put on it. I could probably like trowel cement on this baby and it would still pop through red. Alright, so far I'm actually really enjoying the finish of this foundation. It gives more of like a natural look to the face. I'm not sure how it's showing up on camera, but I will zoom you guys in here so you can get kind of a close-up look before any powder or anything. It's not, to me at least, looking too cakey or like dry around on my face, not super like settling into the fine lines around my mouth or into like my confusion mark on my forehead there. So far I really do like how it's setting on my skin. I think it gives like a nice coverage. Oh, there's something definitely in there. Oh my. Okay, so I think that actually set down pretty nicely with the powder. Again, like my red cheek is just really popping through. I wouldn't say this is like a full coverage foundation or anything, but I do think it gives like a nice amount of coverage. You can still see this little guy up there, but you can probably see that from space no matter what. Okay, so next up here I have a box from ColourPop of things that I totally forgot I ordered, meaning I'm not even 100% sure what's inside, but I do know it is some stuff from the Disney Villains collection, which I thought was really cool. I have a thing for villains. I'm pretty sure Loki is like one of my favorite characters of all the time. Don't know if it's Loki himself or the fact that I love Tom Hiddleston so much. Oh, what's that? Sometimes not having a fantastic memory is like kind of a perk because, you know, you get surprises every now and then. All right, so the very first thing I got is a Jelly Much Shadow. This is perfectly wretched. Ooh. Oh man. I've actually never tried one of these jelly shadows from ColourPop, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but this is kind of like a light champagne-y pink. So the next thing I got here is a Glitterly Obsessed in the shade Do I Look Like I Care, which I just now figured out that these aren't eye safe. They're not to put on your eyes. I actually ordered another one that I wanted to like try out, and this was from a while ago. This is in the shade Disco Lady, and then I read that they weren't eye safe. You're supposed to put them on like your skin or your hair. And I already have like enough scalp balding issues as it is, so I definitely don't think I'm gonna put these in my hair, but you know, I'll find something to do with them. Ooh, it's so pretty. Oh, the packaging is fantastic. So here is the outer packaging. I love this. And then on the inside, we have the glitter. That's fun to poke. This is the glitter right here. I really hope you guys can actually see these swatches because I literally can't. There's such things called glasses. So there it is right there. I think this is absolutely beautiful and would look fantastic on the eyes, but you can't put it there. This is a Luck lipstick in the shade Dr. Felicier. The packaging is like amazing. I just really like it. It feels like nice quality. It almost feels like metal. Ooh, yes. That is a beautiful shade. Very excited to try that on the lips. And then for the last little thing in here, I do think I remember what this is. Yes, okay, so this is from like the Maleficent collection, and this is one of the highlights. And I've never tried a super shock highlighter before, but the packaging, again, so cool. Ooh. Oh my goodness, that was so soft. I was not expecting the softness. Oh, that is creamy and soft. Might be just a little tiny touch dark just for my skin tone. You can kind of see there, like when it's in the shadow, it's just a little bit dark. But yes, I think this is all very pretty stuff, so I'm excited to try it out. I am realizing I have no new brush or bronzer. Bronzer. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and have to put on some just regular light bronzer and blush, and then I'll come back and try out like the highlight and stuff. So I will be right back. So now I'm gonna go ahead and try out this highlight. This is a very interesting highlight to me. I'm gonna try it with the brush first. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to apply it, but I'll give it a go. Maybe not, because nothing's happening. There's a little something. I can definitely see it being like laid down with the brush. It's coming off just a little bit on the chunky side. I am gonna try it with my finger, although I don't want to lay down too much since it is just a little bit deep for me. All right, I think the finger might be the best way to go. It's just a little bit smoother now. All right, so the very next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try one of these little Benefit brow products. They sent me a couple of different things that I've never tried before, so I'm very looking forward. So I'm excited to try them. My goodness. This here is the Foolproof Brow Powder. Never heard of that. Look how cute. This is adorable. So in here, it has like a little powder, and then it almost is like two-tone. So this is a bit lighter, and then down here at the tail, it gets a bit darker, I guess, to kind of create like an ombre effect. That's the tiniest spoolie I've ever seen. That just popped right out of the bottom of it. So I'm going to try to use the little brush that it actually came with and see how that works out. All right, I feel already like for me, I'm just gonna need something with a little bit more precision. So I'm gonna use this angled brush here. So now my brows are on. That actually went on pretty fast and a little bit more even than my old, like very old brown eyeshadow I was using to fill in my brows. So I like that so far. Alright you guys, so I guess it's time. I guess it's time to move on to the big guy here. I just feel like once I actually use it and put it on my eyes, if I don't like it, then the realization will set in that I spent, how much was this? I feel like my mind has blacked out that part of the thing. Okay. So this was $129. plus tax. So almost $140 for this eyeshadow palette. That's hard to say. That's literally hard to say. I really don't enjoy spending money. I pretty much don't spend money on anything besides like subscription boxes and food. It just looked, well, I'll show you guys the inside. It looked really pretty. It looked like something I would get a lot of use out of. I keep trying to push up my phantom eyebrows. Eyeglasses. Okay, so the outside of the palette is really, it's a nice palette. It's heavy and weighted and like this is like a nice plastic and stuff. So here's the inside. It is a very neutral palette. It's a very like warm neutral palette as well. And these are like my favorite colors. I really enjoy these types of colors and there's things in there that I don't actually own, like this cool like gray, mainly this cool gray, but I just it also has a nice mirror. That's good. But yeah, so here are all the shades. I think they're really pretty. When I was watching Samantha's review, she said that some of them were kind of like a cream to powder formula, which is a little bit different for me. I don't really know how to work with that type of formula, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, they feel really good on my fingers. All right, so this first shade is Rustic. Then we have Prairie. That's a different kind of shade. It looks a lot more yellow in the pan, to be honest. It's just kind of almost like a camel color on my skin. Then we have Cocoa. This next one is Freckle. This one is Shine. This is Pasha, which is a very interesting name. Oh, that didn't swatch phenomenally. Oh. The next shade we have is Monroe. Next we have Rayon. Then we have Buff. Ooh, I like that shade a lot. Then we have Tone. Next is Seed. Oh, that's a nice like chocolatey brown color. All right, next up we have Tor. Then this is a Sculpture. We have Spot. And then I'm not gonna swatch it on my like literal elbow point. Then we have Tusk. So here we have the shade range that is included in the palette. It's a beautiful shade range. It really is. I just have no idea if it's gonna be worth the amount of money I spent on it. I'm sure it's gonna be a very nice eyeshadow palette. I've heard some fantastic things about Natasha Denona. I just don't know if like overall in the grand spectrum of things, if it truly would be worth to spend this much money on eyeshadow. But I'm gonna use this for the rest of my life. And I know at the back of the box says this has an expiration date of 24 months. Absolutely not. As long as it doesn't sprout anything strange or smell like rancid, I most likely will use this until I can no longer function enough to put on eyeshadow. I'm gonna try out some new eyeshadow brushes to help me along in this process here. So we have the Sigma E34 Domed Utility, the E38 Diffused Crease, and the E39. Oh, I didn't even notice I did that. Oh wait, never mind. Somehow I thought that 34, then 38, and 39 made sense. Oh yeah, and then like once every month and a half, I remember that I'm actually a Sigma affiliate, so if you guys are gonna make any Sigma purchases in the future, you can use my code that's listed down below. I'm pretty sure it's just Alexandria. I'm like scared to touch it. All right, so I think for my first go around, I'm gonna try to stay like a little bit on the easier side because I don't know how these shadows are gonna perform. I've never tried a Natasha Denona shadow before, so I'm just gonna, oh, there's a lot of powder. That was actually, oh my gosh, okay. That was actually quite a bit of powder kick up there on the brush. So I'm just gonna use Tusk as kind of like a transition shade. It almost looks like I'm doing nothing. I'm just currently pretending to put on eyeshadow because I'm too nervous to actually use the palette. Oh, stab myself in the eye. All right, now I think I'm gonna use this Prairie shade down here, which is kind of like a yellow. It looked very like not yellow when I swatched it, but we'll see what it looks like on the actual eye. Oh, that's pigment. Yeah, on the eye, it's 100% more orange. So that's a little bit disappointing to me because I really did want like a yellow shade. It's blending out pretty easy and like smoothly. All right, now I think I'm gonna try this Pasha shade, which is kind of like a maroony red. It didn't swatch super well, so I'm interested in seeing how it'll be like on the actual lid. That did actually nothing. I'm gonna try that again with a different brush and see how it goes because that didn't stick at all to my eye. Okay, got a little bit more pigment going on now. Oh no, oh no. and try to blend that a bit because Pasha is oh, there's so much fallout. Okay, so I'm going to use Buff now, which is this shade right here. And that I'm going to put down and kind of try to blend over that Pasha shade. I think Buff is working a lot better than the other one was. What am I even doing at this point? Oh boy, guys. That was the sound of desperation. I don't know. It just, I feel like it is not going correct. And I know that it takes a while, like when you get a new eyeshadow palette, especially if there's formulas that you like haven't tried before. Like I've never tried Natasha Denona before, so maybe I just need to adjust. But right now I can see that like $129 just like floating out of my bank account and I'm like, oh, okay, so we'll just chug-a-lug along like we are right now. We'll have some type of like grungy looking sunset eye. Yeah, okay, I guess that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I don't know exactly what's going on. I used the same shadows and everything just turned out very differently, so I had to like go back to this eye to try to like make it match this eye, and things are just not going particularly well for me. But it has to be user error. This palette actually, I think from what I remember at least on Sephora, has like really good reviews, so I must just not be used to it. So I'm going to continue to use this no matter what, and I'm gonna get better at it because I spent my money on it and I am not gonna let it go to waste. Most things in life take some practice, and this Natasha Denona palette is just gonna take a little practice for me. That is all. I am 1000% determined to get good at using this palette. And just to show how determined I am to make this work out today, I'm putting on fake lashes because I think it'll make the eyes look better. That's some determination from me right there, because I literally can't stand putting on lashes. But these are a really pretty set of lashes. These are the Lily Lash in the shade Jaya? What? None of that was correct. In the what do you call it when they're in the shape, in the number? Anyway, it's G-A-I-A. I've tried on one of these lashes before, but I never, oh wait, I had to do other stuff first. Oops. But I've never tried on like the full set, so I kind of want to see how they look like all put together. I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara on my top lashes. I'm going to use the Lancome Monsieur Big, which is one of my favorite. I don't think I'm going to do any winged liner or anything today, but I am going to struggle for the next 33 minutes putting lashes on. I don't think this is the consistency that duo lash is supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's a bit dried out. Oh, that is chunky. Oh. Alright, so the lashes are on. I would say they are a solid 33% actually attached to my eyelids. I figure if I try to not blink a lot, they might stay put for the rest of this video. Now, I was gonna try something a little bit out of the box for my lower lashes. I got this ColourPop Volumizing Mascara in the shade Blue Ya Mind. So this is one of the mascaras that is like colorful. They came out with, wow, that's blue. Oh. So they came out with these just a little while ago, and I just really wanted to give them a try. Very light Play-Doh smell. Oh my goodness, that shows up so much more than I thought it would. Oh, that's blue. Why is there eyelash glue literally on every surface I touch? Alright you guys, so this is definitely a little bit different for me and probably something I wouldn't wear on like a regular basis, but let me, hold on a second. Oh, that's kind of satisfying. But if you are in the market for a blue mascara, this is definitely a blue mascara. It came out much more intense than I thought it would. Like, to me at least, you can really see it on the bottom lash line. I'll zoom you guys in just a little bit so you can see. You can also see like how just perfectly my eyelashes have been applied. It's blue though. It's so blue. I really wasn't expecting it to turn out like that intensely colored. Alright you guys, and I guess the very last thing to just top off all of this makeup is the lips. So I'm going to be using the Dr. Felicier. And this looks like a really pretty shade. It's so creamy. Alright you guys, so there are the lips done. I think the color is really pretty. It went on super smooth and nice, very pigmented. And here is also the full face-ish of first impressions. I guess it wasn't technically a full face because I didn't have the blush or the bronzer, but just about everything else was a first impression. It went not as I had exactly hoped. I was really hoping to just fall in love with the palette right off the bat, but I am going to work with it and I'm going to get better at it. Alright you guys, so that's everything I have for you all today. Thank you. Hold on. My glasses were keeping my eyes like popped open because of my lashes. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about all these products down below in the comments. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!